Hi there, this is Benjamin with BizTexter. Today's video tutorial is going to cover harvest mode. This is an advanced feature for BizTexter. You can find it in the settings. We'll navigate to it here real quick. You can see here there's an option for harvest mode. What harvest mode allows you to do is integrate email and web-based leads. It harvests the phone number out of the body of a message and treats it like a regular opt-in as if it came through the text message inbox. So we're going to demonstrate this here real quick. We're going to move over to the computer and I'll get started over there.
We're here at the computer, and a little background on how harvest mode works. So every cell phone has an email address. So for example, the BizTexter phone, which the phone number is 509-944-5627, if you put an @txt.att.net, since that phone is with the AT&T carrier, that's the email address for this phone. And same thing with Verizon and on down the list. I've also included a couple from Canada. If you want to see this list, if you ever want to have this list text message to you, just send a text message with email to SMS anytime to the BizTexter phone, and I've built an autoresponder that will automatically send that information to you if you ever need it in a pinch. So essentially what we're doing here is that by sending an email to the phone, if it has this scenario with the phone number and your carrier, it will send it to the text message inbox. So this is great for Craigslist, web forms, eBay. You can replace your usual email with your phone's email. Now where this gets really interesting and where we bring in the harvest mode is that BizTexter can see if you put a phone number in the body of that email, BizTexter will go in and take that phone number and add it to the BizTexter contact list. Another neat feature that it can do is if you have a subject line, you can create an autoresponder that matches up with the subject line, and that autoresponder will automatically trigger an autoresponder to go back to the person who sent you the text message, or the email in this case. So this is great if you're using Craigslist. You can put the phone's email address instead of your usual email address for Craigslist. You can put that in for a web form. Like I said, anything with email. So it's a great little feature. We're actually going to demonstrate this here. I'm going to go over to my web browser. And on the BizTexter webpage, we have a little link here to click to download the app for free. And I'm going to plug in the BizTexter phone number. And we're going to push text me. So let's jump over to the phone here.
So I just pushed text me on the website and we should be getting a text message here any second. There it is. So the phone number that it shows that's coming from is a sequential number. This comes from the carrier. The carrier designates that phone number. So click in there. So on the web form, we've set it up so that the subject line is phone opt-in, text me the link, and then the phone number that we just plugged in on the website. So BizTexter then took that. The keyword that we have in BizTexter is opt-in. I'll show you that here. So there's the message that gets sent out when it sees that number that came in from the website to the BizTexter inbox. BizTexter then saw that phone number, added it to the contact list, sent it with this message based on this keyword right here. So you saw the opt-in was in that subject line from the web form from the website. So that triggers BizTexter when you have the harvest mode selected, see the phone number, and then you can also, if you have the subject line set up, you can also have the subject line trigger an autoresponder. So we're going to go demonstrate this one more way here with Craigslist. So let's hop back over to the computer again.
So I've created a listing here inside of Craigslist, and where it asks for the email, this is where you put your phone's email address. Instead of your Gmail address or your business email address, use your phone's email address. That way anybody who sends you a text message, or excuse me, sends you an email, it will flow to your text message inbox. And then BizTexter can pick up that text message that came in, see the phone number in the body of the email, and if you set it up right with the subject line, it can also trigger an autoresponder. So this is a dummy listing. I don't actually have a room for rent here, but I included in my posting, email back with Mason in the subject line. Please include your phone number in the email to get a prompt response back. So what you do inside of BizTexter is create an autoresponder, and the keyword in that autoresponder would be Mason, and then the message to reply to would be anything you want it to be. Hey, thanks for expressing interest in the Craigslist ad. You can send them a web page, like a link to a web page with pictures. You can send them a text message. Hey, what time does it looks good for you to come down and look at the space? Whatever you want to include it. What it will do is do two things. First, is that we'll transfer people over to text message. So we know text messaging, quicker responses, higher chance of read rates. Second thing it'll do is it will give automated, instantaneous feedback to the person who just applied for or wants to see the room on Craigslist. So they're feeling taken care of, it's immediate, and it's via text messaging. So you can handle those conversations via text message as opposed to email. And you can have BizTexter keep track of them. So maybe somebody expresses interest in this room, but it's not the right room for them. You can send out a text message blast, say, hey, I've got another place for rent. Maybe it's a week later, maybe it's 2 days later, maybe it's a month later. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with the BizTexter harvest mode. As always, you can send us a text or give us a phone call if you have any questions. Our number is 509-944-5627. I've mentioned that a few times. And you can also email us at support@biztexter.com.